welcome back to Health Matters. We're in the studio. We spent a few episodes out and about touring a couple local businesses. And tell me your thoughts on that. How do you like that?
Man, it was great. We need to incorporate more of that, The show is Health Matters, so we want to discuss, healthy nutrition, healthy habits, healthy mindsets, and applicable ways that people can step their game up and become more healthy. So we visited the Wolf's Den in San Bernardino with our good friend Diego. And it's a ninja gym, but there's all sorts of levels from kids, toddlers, all the way up to seasoned Spartan race veterans, that have podiumed and medals and all the things. It's not just a ninja gym, it's a full workout gym as well as batting cage training and baseball, It's great. It's dance studio. It has everything that you need in order to get more active, tone up, lose body fat, lose weight, and feel better about yourself. So
I agree. And what I love about that story was that you and I met Diego a couple of years ago. You've known him for a long time. But when I first met him, he was doing all of this out of his backyard. He had quite literally built everything with his own hands, with some pipes and wood and scaffolding and different things like that, to mimic a lot of the obstacle course races like the Spartan race and the Tough Mudder and all of that, and also the American Ninja Warrior. So I think it's a neat crossover because there are people that can actually go and train on these really weird, odd activities that you don't do in everyday normal life, including the big, steep, warped wall that they have on American Ninja Warrior.
That's what I was going to say,
Yeah. And then when we met up with him again, his dream had come to fruition.
Yeah.
And that was just amazing to me because a lot of people talk about stuff. A lot of people talk about, I want to start this. I'd like to do that. But honestly, most people never do.
Right.
And he actually got it all put together, has a great membership. He's got backers and investors, a big warehouse space.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful to be able to walk in there. And as you mentioned, everybody from toddlers that are some still in diapers learning to climb ropes and do these great physical activities, all the way up to, full adult competitors. And then the gentleman that we met that lost 100 pounds and really transformed his life by going to this gym and meeting up with Diego and becoming part of this great community. So that was fascinating. And then we moved on to Float State, which was a whole nother type of I guess, physical, mental, and even emotional rehabilitation.
Yeah.
And tell me about your thoughts on Float State. You've been able to go there a few times and actually use most of their facilities.
Yeah, Float State's great. It's in Corona in Dos Lagos Shopping Center. It's a wellness spa. So they have cryotherapy. They do cryofacials and different type of targeted, which, I think Christina got into recently. I wasn't really aware of that. I've done the chamber, which is where you go in this huge, spaceship looking thing that you did. And, you do your whole body in there. It's negative 250 degrees.
The cryo chamber.
For 3 minutes.
Yes.
And, but yeah, they have that. Apparently that burns, 300 to 800 calories in 3 minutes. And so, they have the float tanks, obviously. They have float rooms. They have the infrared sauna, which I love. I go there all the time. And then they have massage. They have Reiki ceremonies and sound baths.
Meditation
rooms, the salt cave.
Right.
So yeah, it's great. I mean, we interviewed James there. He's done very well over the last couple of years. And so, I think he's looking at expanding to more space. So these
New
are
locations.
all great things, Same thing with Diego. Like, they're on the building path.
Yeah.
And so we want to highlight businesses that are, number one, healthy, locations and good for the community, that promote health and wellness, and that are also in growth mode.
Right.
And that are looking for expansion. They're not just doing the same thing year after year after year.
Right. And most of these are not big box shops.
No
they're
way.
not associated with a franchise or a big name. These are regular people like you and me that had a desire to help people and improve their community, and they're making it happen just with a little bit of initiative. So I love that we're able to really get out there and show people that there are more things to do in this world than just go to a restaurant and eat or go to a big box, department store and spend money
Right.
with no real purpose. Both of these places that we've been really give a person the opportunity to improve themselves, better their health, and when it comes to Float State, they're really able to solve a lot of the issues that are caused by stress in the world that we're living in today.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to unplug, Sometimes silence is all you really need in order to reset your mindset and get away from the noise of the daily dramas of your life. And so you get in these tanks, it's completely black, silent. You don't, you just, for a little while, there's going to be some chatter, but you're going to get to that moment where it's like, wow, I'm actually calm. I'm peaceful. And there's a lounge there. So like he said, like, don't just go out into the busy world again. Like, take it easy. Drink some tea. Read a book on, relaxation. Document. They have these float journals so you can actually write down what you felt in those moments of relaxation.
Right.
And all of these things, they reinforce the need to relax and focus on wellness. Because, a lot of people, they get stressed out with their job, stressed out in the relationship, stressed out in all these different things. Like, I need to make more money. I need this. And it's like, calm down. Let's just take it easy. Take a breath, And the Lucia lights. We didn't mention the Lucia lights. Those are great.
That's
also
one of my favorites there. And the Lucia light is so unexpected, I guess, is the only way that I can describe it. Because if you look at the light, it's just a white light that kind of flashes in patterns. But I didn't know that. When I first experienced the Lucia light, I go in, I lay down, they put some headphones on with some peaceful, tranquil music on there.
Yeah.
And then they start the light process, and your eyes are closed.
Yeah.
And you see a myriad of colors and shapes, and it's like a kaleidoscope. But it's not weird, though. It's very peaceful, and in a certain way, it helps you turn your brain off.
Yeah.
And just relax into the peaceful music that you're hearing and the wonderful light patterns. And then when I opened up my eyes, it was just a white light.
Right.
And that really blew me away because I thought it would be flashing, like some kind of disco light in a club. And it's not that way, but it's a very expensive machine. I think when I talked to James about it, he said they go for about $30,000. So there was a doctor that was working with people that had PTSD and other types of stress disorders, and this light in particular was able to bring them down to a calm state.
Yeah.
And I know that there's so much stress in this world, especially over the last couple of years. It's been very high stress, but even without that, as a single person trying to make it in the world, as a person that's going through a tough time with relationships, and definitely as a parent, we can both identify with that. Sometimes the craziness with the kids just gets a little bit overwhelming. So to go to a peaceful place like Float State has so many dramatic benefits.
Yeah.
So I think that it just is amazing that we're able to find these places because really I think most people don't even know they're out there.
Right. And we want to highlight more of companies like this that are in the area. We would love to come and highlight a business that, specializes in healthy habits.
Mm-hmm.
We go there, we feature them, we do a tour, we interview the owner, get their story, even talk to some customers, and bring awareness to these locations that most people, like you said, they don't even probably know about Float State or the Wolf's Den. You have to be really tied into people who know people that are involved in order to even become aware of it. So if we can be a conduit to spreading awareness about these locations, we want to do more of that. We talked about doing, in studio sessions like this, on location at places like the Wolf's Den and Float State, also man on the street, talking to the people. We want to bring a well-rounded media service, to the people so that we can spread more health awareness.
I agree. And I think we've been pretty successful with just the random ideas that we've had over the past couple of years. But now we're going to take a more focused approach. We're going to start to really search out more and more of these types of businesses and organizations that have health in some form or fashion in mind,
Yeah.
because so many people out there need it. And unless, like you said, you're looking for it or searching for it, you don't even know what to search for, first of all.
Right.
Health stuff. You're probably going to get a bunch of doctors' offices if you just type that into a search engine. You're not going to find a lot of these places unless they're referred to, by somebody that you know already.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about this next venture. And of course, if you'd like to be able to get in touch with us, you can email me directly at tim@inlandempirehealth.com. Do you have an email address that you'd like to share?
They could just DM me on my Instagram or any other social media, or stuff like that. Or just go to your email. That's
There
totally,
you go.
That's totally fine.
Of course, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. We try to make ourselves pretty easy to find.
Yeah.
So if this is something that you or a friend of yours might be interested in regards to showcasing their business or a service that you provide, feel free to reach out to us here at Health Matters and let us help promote your service.